Welcome back, everybody, to video number 2. I'm Jerry Mac, a certified facilitator of the work of Byron Katie, and this is one in a series of videos designed to help the novice or even an intermediate practitioner of the work. Today I want to deal with question 4 and see if we can't make it any more efficient in its practice. So who would you be without the thought? Very often when people are dealing with question 4, I notice there's a lot of resistance. And I've noticed this even within myself, that because the ego is dualistic, this or that, it will go to the opposite and be resisting it. For example, if I was working on the thought, she doesn't care about me, because I can't think that anymore, I go to she does care about me. And so very often there's resistance to that. So what I've asked clients to do from time to time, if they're really stuck on that one, is the question, who would you be without the thought she doesn't care about me? And who would you be without the thought she does care about me? That way the ego can't be shifting around and we're taking out both sides of the equation. And for me, that really is a way into the I don't know mind, or a more open state of mind. Okay, so the next thing I noticed was in my own work that if I've really stayed in question 1 and found an authentic answer, when I get to 4 and there's a question, who would I be without the thought, I can look back on question 1 and just notice who I was, how I was, what I was, when I found the evidence for an authentic no. Now this won't work if you're yes to question 1 and 2, but for me, when I find the no, either in 1 or 2, there's a moment at which maybe I'll feel like relief or humor, but have a laugh about it, or fill in the blank. Now, the next bit that I just kind of noticed was that if you don't have the thought in the moment, it stops all the thoughts that follow. I've noticed that thoughts are very connected. And so if I take out one, there's like a continuum that's stopped in that moment. So when Katie says, who would you be without your story? That's a good way to kind of look at the fact that if you don't have this one thought that you're working on, it stops the story. And this could be the rest of the thoughts that you have on your worksheet. All right, let me take a little look at my list here and make sure I covered everything. Question 1, thought amnesia. Oh, okay. So there's another kind of visualization that you can do. And that would be in that moment, in that situation where you get triggered by that thought. Or better yet, without that thought, to find who you would be without that thought. One way I've come at this is to envision an enlightened version of me, maybe 6 months or 2 years later. That idea came to me just when you see these bumper stickers, what would Jesus do? And I thought, yeah, that's good. And then I thought, well, what would Katie do? And so to bring it a little bit closer, I thought, okay, what would the enlightened me do? Or how would I be without that thought? Anyway, I believe that covers it. Oh, there's one final thing that I wanted to mention with respect to question 4. In that moment that you find those words and concepts that describe who you would be, this is, for me, the time that I would really experience and give myself time to be in those concepts and to feel into it. I haven't mentioned this in any video yet because this is only number 2. But for me, that's the gold standard, is when I think it and I feel it at the same time. I'll probably be mentioning that in future videos. But anyway, that's it for now. This one's much longer than my last video. Anyway, if you want to contact me, I am on thework.com under facilitators, and I will leave my email in the description box. And incidentally, when I find a compelling reason to have a website, I'll do that. Maybe you would like to make a suggestion. But this is it for now, and see you next time.